All right, welcome to the second review of the evening. Up this time is Caput Mortum. Travel back to the 16th century France and delve into the mysterious depths of a seemingly abandoned alchemist's tower. Do you dare brave the horrors that beckon you below, or deeper still? Right. So, first order of business. We recently spoke to the, um, let's say, creative heads of Wild Arts Games, and they, as part of their interview, told us about the making of Caput Mortum. Um, so, if you wish to more details about that, go and look up that interview.
Mhm.
It was like what, last week?
Yeah, if we remember, we can link it in the YouTube video.
Right. If I ever remember to do that,
Yeah,
like, no promises there.
fair enough.
Anyway, so we got the PlayStation 5 edition of Caput Mortem, and that means it's over to Petty for the details.
All right, so I guess kind of the big issue I want to touch on. Anyone who watched the review might have noticed I got decent bit in the game, but I now no longer have a save file. This game, if you accidentally hit the new game begin your journey button, it will delete your save file. There was no warning. There was no, hey, do you want to start a new game? You have a save file here. It just immediately deleted it. That's something that devs should probably fix. Because that's, unfortunately, like, if you accidentally brush against the trackpad, sometimes it makes you select weird menu options. So you can literally, totally on accident, delete your save and then have to start all over. Um, as far as the gameplay, it is I guess they classify it as kind of a survival horror game. Um, you walk around this tower, and one of the interesting features is once they let me do it is you can you can move your hand around freely. By default, it is mapped to the um right analog stick on its own, and your up down left right, or your up and down look is on the shoulders, but they did show me how to remap that, so that is good. And then you can move your hand around and interact with objects.
Which is used for what, like motion control gimmicks?
Not really motion control gimmicks, just interacting with the scenery. Like, you just move your hand around on screen kind of like a mouse. If this was like in a PC game,
So it's not like the House of Da Vinci things where you have to like manipulate things in extreme detail to make them work at all.
no, you will move your hand over it and then click a button to interact with it, at least as far as I got. There could be some more interactively things later. The only thing close to interactive the hand does is there is um a I don't know if you want to call it an enemy, but there's something in one of the later parts where if you hold your hand in this like roughly the same position it won't attack you. So that's kind of like how to keep it away. So like if its hand is out on the left, like upper left, if you have your hand in the upper left, it won't attack you, and so on and so forth. I will say also the game's default brightness is very, very dark. I had to turn it up because it was so dark it was actually hard, like having to squint at it was making it hard to see, like giving me a bit of a headache. There is your usual controls. Look around with the right stick if you have that set up. You will interact with various objects, at least for a while. There is also a fighting, like a combat mechanic. Currently, I only had access to melee weapons. I never saw if there was any type of ranged. And here, right here, we have your quintessential Resident Evil-esque puzzle, taking vaguely distinct objects to a key-shaped hole. You know. There's a lot of lore going on. Like, there's a bunch of papers you can find strewn about, and it will give you story bits. Some of the puzzles are a little unorthodox, like specifically like what you had to do with the cane. The cane you need to take to the bathroom to pull the key piece out. So
Yes,
that's
a cane is what I would use for that.
yeah. Well, and it's kind of funny because I walk with a cane, so I definitely wouldn't think to do that. So that's kind of funny. And there's also like some spooky imagery, like you just briefly saw a ghostly apparition. You can only hold one puzzle item in your inventory at once, but you can also quickly shift to your melee weapon when you get to that. And like this over here was just kind of the basic learn how to work the like puzzle solving mechanics. Like there's no danger in this room. Once you move forward past the bodies on the other side of the sealed door, shit starts to get real. Um as far as I can tell, nothing will attack you. Basically nothing is allowed to attack you until you get your weapon. But once you get the actual dagger weapon, um it starts unlocking places where things can attack you. And yeah, you can sheathe or bring out your dagger. Um you can use it to cut like the webbing on the door here. You can use it to cut that off. And then you have to sheathe your dagger to actually go into doors, which
And open the door.
yeah, which that's
Sounds a little bit cumbersome.
it's cumbersome, but it's how you would do that in a survival horror-esque thing. At least the older Resident Evils, you weren't able to walk through, open doors with your
Fair
gun
enough.
drawn. And then here's a enemy, and like I imagine like where your blade is positioned can have more effect later, like getting around guards and stuff like that.
I suppose.
They didn't
Also,
tutorialize
my
that to
favorite
me.
survival horror enemy, half a leech.
Yeah. And then here we have, oh no, all of the experiment. You know, ooh, spooky. There is a where is the... You can access your health with the health vial things, in this case it's plants, with the circle button. You can kind of... I'm not really stopping to look at stuff, but if you try to reach your hand into that vat, it'll hurt. You need to neutralize it. So, like, there are things I'm kind of blitzing by because I already did this. So, if you want some more in-depth of me, like, actually trying to learn how to solve these, I would suggest going by the video or the interview we had. But yeah, there are some interesting... Oh, that is one of the fun things. There are booby traps at some points. There is a small button you can kind of see over here where just walking through will get you shot at. And I talked too early, that's funny. But yeah. And then I'm over here to get the... Dang it. It is kind of hard to remember how some of these work. Oh, there is equipment. So, like, you kind of say, I feel protected by the ring. He mentions that you actually get a damage or protection on there. And then here's kind of how to solve this puzzle. I need to get that 4 with a U symbol flask, which is just so happens to be behind the locked door. Funny how that works. It's almost like I've played these type of games before. The aesthetic is very what you would expect of a retro styled retro styled survival horror-esque game of this vintage.
It's like something I would have played on the PC circa 2002, 2003.
It does have... I think this has... Is it accessibility? I'm pretty sure this had a CRT filter that I did end up turning off, I think. No, this one didn't. I did turn off camera shake and down the flashing intensity for the viewers because I don't like camera shake and I don't want to deal with accidentally, causing someone to have some sort of medical event watching our show. But yeah, overall the game is... It's what you would expect for this type of thing. It's not bad. I liked it a lot more after the dev showed me that you can change the so that you can use traditional FPS style controls and not the default. I'm not a big fan of the, like, I guess, madness filter. When something hostile gets close to you, your vision gets blurry and it's hard to see. I get that's an adrenaline thing, but at the same time, I kind of need to see to be able to fight. And then this is... And I do like how some of these puzzles are... The camera's positioned where you can still see the thing you need to see. So, like, you get your answer off the whiteboard over there. So you need to line these up to what those are. Music is eerie, atmospheric. You know, as one would, and I just cremated a body. And then where is oh right. And then where's the dude? Okay. What are we looking at price wise, Adam?
$12.
Is that on all platforms or just PlayStation?
All platforms.
Hmm. If you like survival horror, sure. Is this going to be the next Resident Evil for you? Probably not. But could it be an interesting jaunt? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't noticed any like big issues other than the issue whether you can accidentally delete your save without there being a hey, whoa, wait a second, don't do this. Um, notification. But that's like the only issue I found. Any questions or comments from you guys?
Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Like the game's alright. I'm not the biggest on survival horror, but granted, I haven't found anything that actually like jump scared me at least. A lot of the horror is um psychological. So there is that if you're not a fan of like super horrifying imagery. Well, the more of the jump scare type of horror stuff, you might be better off with you might have a better time with this than a lot of modern horror games. But yeah, I think that's it from me.
All right. So that'll about do it for Caput Mortum here. Be sure to tune in after the break as Galix reviews Verho, Curse of Faces.